the screen and off the screen. Today is the last day of our Zen marathon. I'm the most tired probably because I was the last one for the last week. We've had 14 days of practice together, and I really enjoyed it with you. I hope you enjoyed it too, with me and also with other instructors who took part, who were sitting here with you during the Olympics in Tokyo here. Now we have the Paralympics, and we are on the finish. No prizes anyway, and no rewards. Just joy and enthusiasm. And well, every time, as I said before, every time I see you on the screen, at least I can see some people on the screen. It's really wonderful, as I don't see people watching on YouTube. It's such a precious opportunity because we can share this space, and we can share silence, and we can just sit together in silence and sharing with one another, even if we are from different countries. And I'm here living in Japan, but I'm not, even if I look like Japanese, I'm not I'm not Japanese, and I will never be Japanese. And you are not Japanese too. You are from, as I see, from Poland, from France, from other countries too. And also people who watch on YouTube. I can't see you, but I guess you are from other countries too. And every time when I have an opportunity to meet people here in Tokyo from other countries, even when we do daily practice too, and many people from the States, from Europe, from other Asian countries visit us, and we practice together, I always remember or recall in my mind a beautiful story about one Chinese priest whose name was Ganjin. Maybe some of you have heard. He is a very important figure for Asian Buddhism, especially for Japanese Buddhism, who came to Japan in 753, as far as I remember, and built the foundation for Japanese Buddhism and established the precept tradition here in Japan. But it took him 6 years before he could actually before he managed to come to Japan, and he even lost his eyes. So he was blind when he came to Japan, and he had tremendous difficulties coming here, because as now we can go by plane, or it takes like half a day or something from Japan to a European country, but from China to Japan at the time he had to take a long voyage by ship. And every time when people went on got on board and they wanted to go to another country, most of them or all of them knew that they could die. So it took him 6 times. I don't know how many years, 7, 8, maybe more years before he could before he could come to Japan for the first time, and he did actually. But then why I'm saying that is that at the time he listened to different kind of officials and politicians and other monks in his temple in China, and they said, oh, maybe you shouldn't go because you're already in your 60s. You have your job here. Why do you want to go to Japan? It's a land of barbarians. It's not a good idea. You have a community here. You should take care of these monks here. But at the same time, people or monks from Japan were kind of encouraging him to come. So he was kind of like in two minds. And then he didn't know actually whether he should go or maybe he should stay. Maybe he should stay in China. But at that time, one of the princes from Japan sent him a present. It was a Buddhist robe, and he wrote a letter to him as an invitation, and he sent it to him to China. And the letter was like that. I'm paraphrasing, so it's not the original version, but the letter was like that. Although long and high mountain ranges divide our countries, when we look up into the sky, it's the same for all of us. So I always recall these words, and actually he came. When he saw this letter, it made him realize that it's actually, even if it's a different country, people say it's a barbarian country, different nationality, different language, different culture, different background, different customs, everything different, even religion different. But when he read it, that even if we have so many these dividing lines and boundaries and the high mountains that we cannot cross over divide us, when we look up in the sky is the same for all of us. So it's the same here when I see you on the screen now, and we are from different countries. We have different kind of backgrounds. Some of us are Buddhist, some of us maybe are not Buddhist. Some are us just set up on to become Buddhist practitioners. Some maybe will not, but have a different purpose to come here. Variety of things. But at the same time, we can share the space, we can share the silence, and we can share actually the time together without dividing, but kind of embracing everything. And actually when Ganjin came to Japan and he built a temple, very beautiful temple. If you have a chance to come to Japan, I really recommend going there. It's in Nara, near Kyoto. And the name of the temple is Tosho Daiji, very long name. But the word Tosho Daiji in original meaning conveys the message of 4 directions. It means 4 directions. What does it mean, 4 directions? 4 directions mean that our practice embraces everything. Our practice is all inclusive. It doesn't exclude everyone. It doesn't exclude anyone. It includes everything. It's all embraces. And this was the sincere wish of Ganjin when he came. This was his vow that he built his practice on when he came to Japan. And when he was old, when he was like 75 or 80, already dying, and some Japanese people were actually criticizing him, like, come on, you're old, what can you do? You are alone here. What can you do here? You are not going to help us anyway. But then he said, he just put his hands together and he was crying, and he said, although I'm old, although I'm blind, although I'm alone, and this is not my mother country, I'm here alone, I don't know any of you, my sincere wish is to plant the seeds of the Buddha in this land. And he did. That's why we can sit together now, 1,300 or something years after. He did. So this wish, we could call it the wish of a bodhisattva, or the sincere wish, the vow that we have in our heart, should be the wish that really gives strength in our practice, and we should keep it in mind. So when we recite 4 great vows of a bodhisattva sometimes, and we make it a part of our daily practice, so it goes like that. It goes that even if my wife doesn't listen to me, even if my kids don't listen to me, even if my mother-in-law doesn't listen to me, they want to get rid of me, and I really cannot communicate with them, I will not give in, I will not give up, and I will embrace them all as Ganjin wished to, and take them all onto my path of the practice. And even if I'm deluded, even if every day I think about different things, even if I turn on TV and there are politicians saying different kind of things, lies, not lies, we don't know what is true, we don't know what's true. Some people tell us to do this one, some people tell us to do that one. I'm all confused, and I really sometimes lose my ground under my feet. But again, I will not give in, I will not give up, and I will move on and strive on the path of our practice, so that I could get a clear mind. Then again, even if the whole Buddhist teaching, the whole Buddhist canon, the whole Buddhist truth is so deep and it's so profound, and I know that I'm alone and I'm so ordinary and I'm so weak, I don't have capabilities to embrace it all still, and I don't give in, and I vow to keep on going so that I could master all these teachings. And even if the Buddhahood, the state of the Buddha, is so deep, so profound, unsurpassable and unreachable, impenetrable, still I vow in my heart I will not give up. And this is the prayer that gives us strength, even if we have obstacles on the path of our practice, even if we want to give up sometimes, even if we are lazy, even if we are tired, even if we feel disheartened, whatever things come on, we take it as a part of our practice, and we wish that even if I'm weak, even if I'm sort of full of confusion in my heart, still please give me strength and give me courage so that I could move on my practice together with all the people embracing everything and embracing everyone to take it apart, to make it a part of our practice. So this kind of prayer is something that gives us strength, and also this kind of prayer is something that I would like to sort of conclude this 14-year marathon, if I can say so, with. So if you have a piece of a prayer which is a traditional prayer in your own tradition, even if it's a piece of a literary work, even if it's even if it's a poem, so please try to bring it up in your heart so that it gives you strength and gives you enthusiasm, gives you courage, and then you see how much you identify with that, and see that this is actually what makes you move on. So as someone said, instead of listening to the politicians, we should listen to the poets, right? Otherwise, the civilization will just collapse. So I would like to, I brought to you one of the prayers. It's not a prayer as such, but it's one of the, a few words by one of the Japanese poets whom I mentioned before. His name is Miyazawa Kenji. It's quite long, so I will read it together with you. And, well, I hope you will like it. So let me just read it. I will show it here. Shoot. Shoot. Can you see? All right. Okay. So it goes like that. I will read slowly. It's quite long, but let me read it, all right? Individual happiness cannot be realized until all the world gains happiness. The awareness of the ego starts with the individual and gradually evolves to that of the group, the society, and then the universe. Isn't this the path that saints of yore trod and taught us? The new age is to be found in a world which shall become a single consciousness and a living entity. To live strong and true is to become aware of the galaxy within ourselves, and to live according to its dictates. Let us search for the true happiness of the world. The search for the path is in itself the path. The search for the path is in itself the path. Miyazawa Kenji. Yes? Okay? So let it be our guiding words for today, and I hope we can remember that even if no matter what we experience in life, no matter what difficulties we experience in life, we don't lose our spirit, we don't lose our courage, and as Miyazawa Kenji said, already searching for the path is already the path. Searching for the path is already the path, which is a good message. All right? So let's start to have maybe 15 or 20 minutes sitting still in silence. Those of you that are joining here on Zoom, I can see you, so we can sort of connect to those people who are watching on YouTube. Please follow. I will explain a little bit the simple instructions how to sit. If you sit formally on a cushion, so make sure you feel grounded, you feel straight, you sit straight. If you can put your right leg on your left thigh. It's called half lotus position. If you feel enough with that and you see it gives you enough groundedness and stability, keep it, and you don't have to move further. But if you can, you can do the same. You can do the same with your left leg and put it on your right thigh and sit in a full lotus position. And make sure that you feel stable, that Mother Earth, the ground, gives you the support. Okay? So when you make sure that your knees are on tatami and your buttocks or butt on the cushion, so you have this nice triangle here. All right? And see how you feel now. And then put your right hand on your lap and then your left hand on your right hand, as if you were holding some precious thing here. So take care of it. Don't squeeze it, but take care of it. And keep your eyes open. And breathe through the nose. And when you sit, try to sort of ask yourself if you can hear within your heart this prayer, this vow that you have, or maybe you have another vow. In other words, why are you doing it? Why are we sitting? Why are we practicing? What purpose is it? All right. So we have a last go. 3, 2, 1. that's it as far as YouTube, at least. Well, this was the last day, or it's still the last day of this 14-day long ZenDo Tokyo event that was organized here this year in Japan. So I would like to thank all the organizers that made it happen, actually. And also, as you cannot see because you just see me here, but I can see all the things here around. There's cables, cameras, clocks, water, people, everything here, and light and different other things. So when you read the traditional manuals for meditation, the first thing is that you need a quiet place to start with. But when you see all these things here, so actually in modern times it's quite more. So you need Wi-Fi. You need Wi-Fi to practice. You need clock to practice. You need different other things. And especially you need people to practice, which is the most important thing. And how often we forget about it. I hope you don't. So we need people to practice. So we always practice with people, and I hope it will stay so. So thank you very much for joining. I hoped you could plant some seeds of warmth. Maybe you could plant some seeds of kindness. Maybe you could plant some seeds of peace. Maybe you could plant some seeds of compassion, gratitude, and all these positive qualities that we should develop in our minds throughout this time. And I hope it will stay, or they will stay with you now and forever, whatever you do in your life. So keep on practicing. Don't give up, and we can always meet in Zazen. All right, wherever you are, as the letter on the rope that Ganjin got many years ago. Even if there are long and high mountains that divide us, even if we are millions of kilometers so far away from one from another, we have still this big blue sky that we always can look up, and we can actually be together. So thank you very much for joining, and hopefully see you soon, and hopefully sit you soon. And now we will switch to Zoom. Thank you very much.